Hi, everyone. This is Laurel with Guided by Love, and this is my Intuitive Soul Daily Tip. This is faith and guidance, and I pulled this out of my bag, my Christmas bag from last year. And this is, a tip on faith and guidance. And it says, when you go through a loss, it's important that you allow yourself to grieve. This includes the loss of an old part of yourself. Allow yourself to sit with your emotions and identify them, ask them what they need to tell you or teach you, and release them one by one. Faith is believing in something bigger and better than us. When we see a sign, know that it's a message and it's giving you, some assurance of believing in a higher power, a bigger picture, a bigger plan for our lives. An examples, would be, when I had a short feed out there it was a highlight from my live the other day, and I talk about loss and going through the loss of my dog. And, you know, the vet saying to me, how are you going to get through without, this dog you've had for 13 and a half years? And I said, my faith is going to get me through this loss. And, it's taking the joyful times and moving on, but it's also about recognizing the spiritual connection between you and whatever you've lost. Recognizing that if it's an old part of yourself that you're grieving, letting that go is bringing in more love and more light. If it's a person or a thing or a place or an animal, it's important to know they're all souls. There's animals are souls, just like your loved one is a soul. Um, they're spiritual beings having a human experience, so they transition on through the spirit, and we continue in the physical realm. And that's knowing that, trusting that there is continuation of the spirit. And if you're a twin flame and you're in separation, the twin flame journey is about it being a spiritual relationship. And even if they're not around you in the physical, they are still their higher self. Their spiritual self is always with you, just like a loved one. So it's having faith. Walking by faith is not by sight. It's walking, knowing that the unseen is there and trusting, even though you can't see it, it's there. Trusting that God is leading you through it, and, and asking for help during the time of, grieving, whatever that may be. And it truly is about recognizing the blessings, and truly is about the spiritual connection of your souls. um, you know and yeah, and it's, when you let go, when you grieve something or someone, there's like this old part of yourself, that you grieve as well. um, you grieve the loss of them in the physical. There's so much. And grieving is everybody's timeline. So, but this is important to come up today, to have faith and trust in guidance, from the higher power, that there's a bigger plan, because um, this came out today. It's an important message, and I hope that it helps someone that is going through either the grieving of yourself or the loss of a pet or a loved one. My deepest sympathy. And, you know, I truly, truly am, sympathize, and am sorry for your loss. So I hope this helps. Namaste.